One fine day, with a woof and a purr, a baby was born, and it caused a little stir. No blue buzzard, no green-eyed frog, a feline canine little cat dog. CatDog. CatDog. Alone in the world was a little cat dog. That felt necessary. Welcome back to Why Do We Relate on SpeterTV. It's been a little while, I know, but it's time. Why do we relate to cat and dog and CatDog? It's kind of weird to talk about because they're two characters, but they're literally combined, and so they have shared experiences. So I'm going to talk about these guys in 3 parts. So let's start with dog. He's pretty much your stereotypical dog. He's extremely excitable, he loves food and eating things. He loves chasing trucks and garbage trucks or whatever, chasing mailmen. He's driven largely by his senses. Sight, smell, hunger, that sort of thing. And for those of us who have dogs, you can sort of relate vicariously through your dog. My dog is predictably excitable, predictably motivated by food or other things like that, walks, scratches. I look at him a lot of times and I just think, this dude is like really a cartoon character. So dog really rings true as an only somewhat exaggerated dog. And real dogs aside, I think we can all relate to dogs' raw excitability. Like whether or not we're still as excitable as dog is, or excitable at all even, I think the majority of us started off like that. Like how many little kids have you ever seen who weren't super excitable? Not a whole lot, I'm pretty sure. And for better or worse, that raw passion sort of goes away after a while, but we've almost all been there. So we can really relate to dog on that raw base level. But the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, the more tired and exhausted you might get, the more you might relate to cat, right? He's easily the most responsible of the two. He worries more about decency and decorum, being fancy from time to time. He can be a little too uptight sometimes, but dog's not usually uptight enough, so he balances things out. He's easily the most adult between the two. So as a kid, he might remind you more of your parents or your teachers or somebody like that. Somebody who you respect but who gets in the way of your fun. And then as an adult you think, okay, this dude's a little neurotic, but he makes sense, he's reasonable. To the best of his ability, he's responsible, and he tries to be responsible. He's more reserved than dog, he has more inhibitions than dog. And a lot of times that keeps him safe. Or it would if dog weren't literally attached to him. But as an adult, there's a good chance that you really do relate to where he comes from a lot of times. He has to do a lot of work to try to balance out the more childish and excitable half of himself, which is technically not himself, but it is. This show's confusing. Now that I think about it, this sounds a lot like SpongeBob and Squidward, huh? Man, Tom Kenny's really good at playing excitable characters. But CatDog together have a lot of other aspects to them that many people can likely relate to. Like for one, in a lot of ways, all they have is each other. A lot of people may only have 1 or 2 or a few people in their life that they can rely on. They're an outcast because they're 2 animals combined into one. And people think they're just really weird. And they get bullied like a lot of people do for being different one way or another. For a long time, they were separated from their parents and didn't know where they were, or to an extent even who they were. And a lot of people go through things like this, not knowing who their parents are or having been separated from their parents or other family members. Very real and challenging issues. And somehow CatDog was the show that handled this. So, let me know who you relate to more in the poll that I may or may not remember to put in the video. And let me know in the comments who you relate to more and why you relate to them and what other aspects of their personalities that I may not have talked about that you like and relate to. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know why I always mess up in the outros, and I leave the mistakes in the outros for some reason. I don't know. But please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Be honest with yourself and with me and with everybody here. You know, be honest with YouTube. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell to let your speeder sense tingle when I upload. All the buttons, you know the buttons. Go listen to somebody else's outro. They'll probably say it better than I will. See you next week.